Things aren't looking good, people. Trying to get ahead of it before stuff really hits the fan. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. That's the worst part about it. That's pretty good for our Ghani. We're gonna go ahead and put the Ghani in. We are taking out the main display rock. All right, here goes nothing. That was good. Things aren't looking good, people. Trying to get ahead of it before stuff really hits the fan in this aquarium. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what changed while I was on vacation at the conference, but I can't just let things just go away and just not pay attention or do anything about it. All right, lights were off, so stuff is closed, but I will tell you what the issues I'm having. If you didn't see the end of last video, the red Ghani just started to go. I don't know what caused it. And when I came home from Vegas, the two things I noticed were the red Ghani was not opening up, and the rainbow hornets have not opened up since I've been home either. No idea. It's clearly some sort of bacterial thing because I don't think it's a water quality issue. Now I do know the nutrients in this tank are very low, but that's usually not going to cause them to just spaz out. There's no dinos in the tank. I don't know what the issue is. But now the rose petal Ghani, the pride and joy of this aquarium, is also not fully opening up. I'm starting to freak out a little bit. Everything else looks pretty solid. I don't want to risk anything. So I'm gonna take actually this entire rock structure. I'm gonna take it out and dip it in the bucket. If it's small enough, might as well dip the whole thing. Couple dips, I'm gonna put it in. Got the reef primer and the Lugals I'm not gonna use. I'm just gonna go with the reef primer for now. The shot's gonna go in. Bear with me, people. I don't know what's going on. I got an ICP, so we're gonna send that out. Maybe some spray got used in my house while I was gone. I don't know what it possibly could be, but we don't have really a lot of time to talk about it. Just gotta kind of get into it. I'll show you the rest of the tank. I will tell you, the fish are doing awesome. Bells, looking pretty as usual. You can see the cryptic 6-line back there. Here we have our neon goby. One dartfish, the other dartfish. You can see back there, Borby. There's the ruby red. Back there, the green band, I'm not sure. The blood shrimp just popped right there. The green band I do see from time to time, which you can see on the daily basis on my Snapchat right here. But I gotta address some stuff in this tank. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. That's the worst part about it is the parameters, they're like, I don't have ammonia or nitrites or some crazy out of whack parameters. So it's like, and I haven't even added that coral recently. And so it's like, something had to get into the tank. I did a chemi-clean treatment. That didn't really seem to do anything. It actually might have made things worse because the rose petal was open before I did the chemi-clean treatment. So I threw some carbon in I threw the carbon back in the tank. Now we're gonna do a big water change, reef prime shot, and just, I just gotta do stuff. Like we gotta be proactive. It's only been a couple days. It's not like I'm letting it go forever. We'll get the ICP out. We'll see what it is. I don't know if I'll get it in time before the end of this video, but obviously when I do get it, I'll let you guys know. It'll probably be on my Snapchat, so you can probably go see it there. But it's honestly like all the rest of the coral looks fine. The acros aren't dying, which is like usually the first sign if something parameter-wise is off is that the acros start dying. Our former manager, Corey, told me, he's like, that's why I love acros, because you don't have to try to save them. If they're going to go, they're just going to go. They're just going to be dead. You don't got to think about it. You just throw them out and start over. Whereas with LPS, you do have the potential to save it. So you're going to panic and try to save it all. So that's what we're going to try to do in this video is to save it. This hobby is so fun. I love it. The worst part is like this tank was on such autopilot. Like you didn't have to worry about stress about anything. You leave for 6 days and now I'm coming back to who knows what. So let's get into it. I don't have any way to measure out a gallon. I only have a cup that measures at 550 milliliters. So I need like 7 of them. Now I don't know why my dumbass thought that whole rock could fit into this bucket with a single gallon of water. At least the rose petal can. The Zoas, I gotta figure something out for them. You know what the worst part about this is? The new tank is being built this week. Like literally this week our builder was like, all right, I'm gonna get started on it. It's all happening at once. I think what I might do is do this in the reef primer, set it in there for the 5 minutes, and then when it's done, I'll fill it up with the rest of the water and put some Coral RX in there, and hopefully that does the trick. It's kind of how it sits all day now. So I'm gonna go ahead, well, actually let's mix up the bucket first. Grab our reef prime. Now if you're wondering what this is potassium. I've never actually used this particular product, but I have used potassium before and it seems to do wonders. We use it on our farm a lot. So this is what I got. Now the tissue still looks good. I mean, it's crazy how much this thing is encrusted onto this rock. There's definitely some bristleworms that are gonna die in a second here. But like, I don't see any tissue receding. And we're gonna go give it a dip. We're gonna let that sit for 5 minutes. And honestly, while it's in there, I might as well throw some other corals in there just as precaution. I got 1 Ghani frag and 2 Zoa frags I'm gonna throw in there. I think we're good there. Let those sit. With doing potassium dips, a really important thing is to make sure you're constantly blowing off. I don't have a wave maker, but you want to get some movement in there so it's constantly kicking up whatever possibly could be in there. So we're just gonna sit here with our little turkey baster. And really just blow stuff off. You never know what might come off. I literally just gave this whole monologue and I don't even know what recorded or what didn't, so let me go watch some film real quick. My head is all sorts of backwards right now. Okay, literally nothing recorded. So, 5 minutes is done. I will show you what is in the bucket. You can see the bristleworm floating right there. There's a couple more that I've seen in here. Definitely blowing some gunk around. I couldn't tell specifically what it is without a microscope. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the water change. So I'm gonna fill the bucket up with the water that I need. And then I'll do a Coral RX dip and then probably an iodine after that maybe. Not sure. Potassium will kind of take care of the same bacterial stuff that iodine will. So I probably won't do the iodine, but I definitely wanna do it on the Coral RX. I'll take the main big rock out of there and put it in here, and then we'll go from there. Put it all back. What a fun night activity on a Saturday night after working the longest day of work ever because no one came in the store. Come to Top Shelf Aquatics, please. Mr. Goby, get away from the hose, please. I don't want to suck you up. This will be interesting because this will be the first time this rock will have been lifted in a very long time. So I'm curious to see what's under there. Maybe we find a random goby or pistol shrimp that thought was gone forever. The big thing is I gotta make sure that there are no fish lodged in there. Okay, you ready for this? This is gonna be interesting. Now literally we are taking out the main display rock of this aquarium. Let's try to get as many of these inverts off as possible because this will kill them as well. Excuse me. So glad I'm stepping in all this water on my socks. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, nice, I forgot the hammer was glued to that, so that's good. Just not our week, people, not our week. You see how big this colony has gotten? This was like 3 heads when I bought it. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 heads in 6 months, maybe? 5 months? 8 months? I don't know when I bought it, maybe a while ago. Oh, there's the green band goby, I see him. See him on the back wall? Not a liar. It's good I see him because now I can count for all the fish before I do this. Well, that's kicking up a lot. Oh, blood shrimp, get out of there. Snail, get out of there. Dude, I'm trying to get you back in the water. I see the green band goby. Down to the rock. Alright, let's get a little more water in this bucket. Especially now that I kicked up all this sand. It's probably not great. Probably suck up a lot of this detritus. That was good. I totally missed the bucket at that very ending. Luckily it hit the towel, that's good. But alright, we got a bucket of my rock. The tank hole, the whole rock is in that bucket. I do know the green band is in here. I don't know where he went, but he is in here because I saw him. Unless he was really dumb and jumped back on the rock at the very end, but I don't believe so. I see 1 starfish, 2 starfish. I think we're good. We're good to commence the dip with our Coral RX. Just added the Coral RX, and now we're gonna go get our turkey baster. I kind of was freeing it because it's Coral RX in a big bucket. It's very hard to overdo this. The only thing that would be slightly concerning is the acros, but the main thing I'm concerned about is this Zoa colony right in. I just knocked that acro off. We'll get to that later. Sorry, dude. But we are just going to baste and baste and just try to mix this up. Definitely can smell it, that's the good thing. And we're just gonna let it go for like 5 to 6 minutes. Timer just went off for 5 minutes. Time to get this beast back in the tank. I kicked up a lot of detritus in there. Okay, now to be gentle. Like I said, I did knock some corals off when I was putting this in here. There goes another coral I just knocked off. Awesome. There's a lot of gunk up here in the front. Hopefully we can just kind of grab it all. Holy detritus. Holy detritus and bristleworms. My God, we gotta get that out real quick. I don't even have time to show you guys because I just want to grab as much of this crap as possible. Let's go ahead and get the other corals back in the tank. Not even gonna care about placement. I just want to make sure they all get back in the tank. Start reviving a little bit. I can't even see this bucket, so gross. The good thing about a small tank is you can account for literally everything that is in the aquarium. See the Garfbonza? Oh. This might be the first time I've seen you up here in forever. Maybe ever, actually. Yeah, I know, now that I'm using it, you're like, oh, I want to use it now. Although I guess the mouse got up here somehow, right? But again, we got hammer, Gani. That's like the blue with the yellow eyes there. That's the really nice red one. Garf Bonsai, big rose petal, the neon green Gani. I got 2 ACAN frags back there, the gold hammer. I think everything else is still in place, right? I think everything else is still good. Where's the feather duster shell at? Feather duster shell. I think it's actually underneath that ACAN rock. So let's go ahead, let's fill the tank back up. We are making a mess today. I don't know if that's gonna be enough water. Let's get the return back on. Tank is rolling again. Look how disgusting that bucket is. Now again, that's all the gunk. There's probably sand in there. There's definitely a lot of detritus in this tank. Might have to do another water change tomorrow. Get the lid back on, because I know the bells is gonna wanna jump right out. Definitely wanna get some more cleanup crew, because look at all the detritus that's in here. I think more Nassarius snails, maybe some more conchs, because I don't even see that many conchs left in there. But that was work. That was some work. This hobby is work. And don't forget that the tank, you know, if you don't be proactive, things can go great over a long period of time, but it can go bad very fast. And if you ever see the sign of something going bad, you got to address it right then. So I'm gonna let everything chill out. I probably won't glue everything for a bit. Get the lights off. Just make sure the coral is kind of back to not being on top of each other. Make sure stuff's not just buried in the sand. I definitely didn't add enough water back, but I'm not gonna put any of that dirty water back because there's dip in it, so I can't put that in the tank. I'm not gonna turn the ATO on. There's enough water in there to get to tomorrow. That being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna go grab some cleanup crew. Hopefully everything makes it through the night. I will see you in the morning. All right, it's the next morning. Oh my God. What are you so excited for? Anyway, it's the next morning. Let's take a look on the tank. I had a meeting this morning, so I haven't really looked too thoroughly. I did feed already. I'll say it's probably more open than I've seen it. These two look good. The acro looks good in the center there. Everything else looks pretty good. The fish are fired up, even though I have already fed you guys. Maybe I'll feed again. I don't know. But obviously that is my main concern right there. The zoas. Probably doesn't help that Gani fell off in the dip and now it's just on top of those zoas. I'll have to move that. But we're gonna get a water test. We're gonna take it to the store. We're gonna see what our parameters are in this tank. So let's go ahead to the store. Looks good to me. In a matter of a week, that is what the Gani is now. Just out of nowhere. Just lost everything. Makes no sense to me. No idea what happened. No idea, so we're sending off the ICP, but while we're here, let's get some cleanup crew for both the saltwater tanks. The big tank, I think we're gonna focus mostly on the sand-dwelling stuff, so Nassarius, Sereth, sorry. I might get a small starfish. We do have a couple smaller ones in here, and then I'll grab some conchs as well. All right, we're home now. Definitely not open. But again, we're gonna give it some time. Probably do another potassium dip with it. But I got a bunch of cleanup crew, so let's go ahead and go through it. Let's get them in the tank. We got 3 bags here. Most of this is gonna be for this tank. Most of this is for this tank. This is gonna split. Ready, set. All right, we got a bunch of cleanup crew. So we got a lot of snails in here. Actually, I think all the snails are in here. Crabs and starfish over here. Both of these starfish are for the 20-gallon. Just getting that sand bed like I was talking about. And I got some bumblebees in here, as you saw the vermented snails in there. I'm gonna start cleaning those up, so those are all going in there. The rest are gonna gotta get sorted, except for the Nassarius are also for there. Then the rest are getting sorted between the 2 tanks. So let's go ahead, let's start with the starfish. I grabbed the smallest ones I could find in the store. Sorry for the dirty glass, I'll fix that later, but Bell's little always thinks it's just food for him. Time to go. All right, we'll grab all the bumblebees. Again, these are all for this tank, and hopefully they can start taking care of some of these vermented snails. All the bumblebee snails. I'm gonna try to get these guys more on the rock than just plopping them in there. Drop that one right in the ACAN, that was good. Let's get you out of there. There we go. What else we got? What else we got? Okay, all the Nassarius. Can you get back in there? All Nassarius are for this tank. Oh, I might put one in the other tank. Actually, we got the Sereth. So we'll do 1, 2, Nassarius here, Nassarius. I think that's all of them. All right. These now come over here. Oh, look at this. Starfish are already burying. Down we go. Now these are all getting split up. Most of these are actually for the other tank. I'm just gonna grab like 3 of these. So 3 big blue legs. And they go. Down they go. All right, lastly, we got our snails. Let's see, most of these serifs are gonna be for here. I don't know. Let's see, we got 4 of the serifs out of this bin. These are all coming over here. Serifs are really good because they can get the sand and the rock. Down they go. Unfortunately, we didn't have any conchs, which is kind of really what I wanted, but is what it is. Now we're gonna take the rest of these guys. We're just gonna scoop them all up. We're gonna go plop them in the anemone tank. A little handful of cleanup crew. I can't get the door. Ta-da! That tank could use some work. Freaking another one of these is in the pump section. See them swimming back there. All right, I'm gonna go watch the eagles. Hopefully they can bring me some peace and tranquility after whatever this tank is putting me through. Watch the eagles, repeat on kicking the Chiefs' butt, and then we'll get back and we'll rearrange and get the tank back in functional order. Good morning, everyone. I fell asleep watching the Eagles, win. I'm sitting here editing some gambling shorts and the gambling YouTube video from the Vegas trip, so if you want to go check that stuff out, link is down below. But this morning we're gonna do some more dips on the corals. We're gonna glue everything back up. Hope the best. We're also cooking lunch today. I woke up, went to the gym. First time in a while. Trying to get back to it. Tank kind of looks in shambles right now, so we got a lot of work we gotta do. Let's feed the fish, because they are hyped up, ready to go. Look at the bells. He's fired up. Let's go grab some food. We're gonna do a heavier feed this morning, and then we'll get into the coral recovery. These guys are always fired up, ready to go. There, you know what's up. Like I said, heavier feeding this morning, but let's make sure everyone's here. Bells, 1, 2 dartfish, neon goby, borb, cryptic, ruby red. Look at her eat the frozen. That's so cool to see her chowing down on the frozen food. See all the new Nacerius are popping out of the sand. Now all we gotta see is the green band, who could be we definitely gotta get that hammered back and glued up. Don't see the green band this morning, but he's been around. We take our Lugel's iodine dip. And now we just take our iodine and really you just want to get it a tea color, so we could be putting a lot in here. Let's mix this up, see how this turns out. That's it, that's pretty good for our organi. It's sealed because I have broken more of these bottles than I know. We're gonna go ahead, put the organi in. And now we're gonna let it sit there for about, 7 minutes. Now, let's go ahead and glue everything back up. You can see everything is down in the sand. It's, not where it's really supposed to be. So 3, 2, there we go. Everything's super closed up because I was just messing in here a bunch, but we got those 2 guys re-glued up, that guy glued up, that's going to the iodine dip. Acker is back up top. We got the 2 acans over here. Hopefully this featherworm rock will stay for once, even though it never has. I've re-glued that shell probably a billion times in my life now. Hammer's back glued up. Everything's really pissed off right now because I just went through everything and really made a mess. So let everything settle in. Let's go check on the other 2 tanks because they got to get fed today. Good morning. Good morning, clowns. 1 clown, 2 clown, and Bullseye Pistol's got like his cave up there. I can kind of see him moving back there. You guys kind of saw that, right? Yeah, good enough. Let's go to the freshwater tank. Someone's in the box again, probably. Yep, back there. There we go. Now we got all 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rainbow and Cory Cat. Let's go ahead and get them their food. Goes crazy. Definitely want to get an algae eater for down here as the rock's starting to get some coloration on there. I think we got to get some plants in here now. I think the tank's good to go. Clearly there's enough bioload in here now that I think we're gonna start getting some plants in here. I also really want to do a big freshwater tank. Like, I hate to say it, these small tanks, I really don't know the future of these tanks because I don't love having a bunch of tiny tanks You know, it's cool. They all got their kind of little own ecosystem thing going, but it's a lot more work. It's acrylic tanks, so I don't love cleaning them. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think we should do with this. Should we do a big freshwater tank? Because I'm really liking this little tank. You know, just having big schools of freshwater fish, I think would be really cool. That's really it, honestly. Gonna take a lot of work to get this tank back to where it was. I really don't know what happened to it. The ICP got sent out, so we'll see what it says once it comes back. I got a bunch of carbon in here now, did some big water changes, and just kind of hope for the best, honestly. Again, the fish look fantastic. Most of the coral looks fine, but it's like for the two most established pieces in the tank to kind of just go is weird. It's definitely weird. But stick around, subscribe so you can see the update on these corals. Again, the custom tank is being built this week, so we're gonna go bigger, more water volume, easier to maintain. And we gotta start tricking out that whole room. I gotta redo that whole room. I gotta tile the floor. I gotta do a whole lot of work in that room. So if you wanna see all that come together, make sure you subscribe, comment what you're looking forward to seeing, and I'll see you next time.